This little video is made by an elderly grandpa, and I felt urged, almost commissioned, to tell you a war story. I believe in spiritual warfare. I believe in natural warfare. I'm a veteran of Korea and Vietnam. I've been uptown, downtown, 2 county fairs, and I felt like I did not want to go to my grave without putting some of this stuff on video that would help others. What I'm saying to you is exactly what happened. No exaggeration, no edit, no Photoshop, nothing. That's just exactly how it happened. I've been pretty powerfully used of the Lord in the past. A lot of nations, big conferences, and I was in this quite large conference. I won't give numbers because it sounds like I'm trying to impress, but a large conference. It was powerful. I was God's man for the hour. And get on the plane to come home. It's a late flight. I have to change in Chicago. Get to Chicago and my flight is canceled. There are no other flights out. It's like something like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. The airline apologizes, puts me in the Chicago airport hotel, and I was pretty miserable, I must tell you. And they put me up, I don't remember what floor, 5th or 8th floor somewhere, and the takes me in, puts my suitcase down, goes out, I lock the door. The moment I locked the door, this spiritual darkness swept over my person like a tsunami. No exaggeration, no games played. I have never experienced a surge of darkness like came over my person. Without embarrassment, I want to say, in that surge of darkness was some kind of sexual deviance and ugliness and violence and blasphemous words and sexual pictures in my mind. I was so shocked I couldn't, because I had just been on the mountain. How could this possibly be? I started to pray, talk to the Lord, and it got increasing till I could hardly breathe. I mean, literally, physically, I could hardly breathe. And in the back of my mind, I heard a small voice say, "Appeal to the righteousness of Christ." And I thought, appeal to the righteousness of Christ. I reached into my back pocket and pulled a clean white handkerchief out, just like this one. Man, the presence of the Lord is on me when I'm trying to tell you about it. I opened this handkerchief just like this, and I stood at the window, and out is the Chicago airport. And I opened this handkerchief, and I said to the Lord, I am in your presence. I am in your care. I am in your protection. And I'm asking right now for the mind of Christ. That's exactly what I did. I'm asking you right now for the mind of Christ. Before the Lord, the thing stopped dead. The darkness broke. I stood at the window, tears running down my face. I stood there absolutely stunned. And the darkness broke. I took this off my head, laid it on the bed. I went to bed, slept like a baby. It was some kind of an attempt. I think it was actually some kind of attempt on my life, or at least a malignant intention. Whatever had gone on in that room in Chicago, there was death, there was sexuality, there was an ugliness, a form of darkness that I have never tasted before or after. I've never touched anything like I touched in that. The handkerchief was a picture of who Christ was and the necessity of our forming the mind of Christ. Since those days, I have taught, imparted, exhorted, done everything to say to the body of Christ and every man and woman that wants to live in freedom, you must learn how to find the mind of Christ and his righteousness, because that thing was wanting to seduce or absorb my human spirit in some way. It's still beyond my my understanding or even my explanation. But here we are. I'm asking you, consider the reality of what I just told you, and be aware that the reality of darkness and the personal victory and triumph of Jesus Christ and the necessity of the mind of Christ.